What's up, everybody? Before we get going here, we got episode 153 coming your way. Got to give a huge shout out to our Patreon subscribers. Thank you. I got the list right here in front of me this time. Shout out to Tony, Starla, Sam, Luke, Jacob, and Tyler. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. And if you want to help support the show, support this silly little show of ours, you can go to patreon.com/AITDpod. The link is right in the show notes here. You can just click the link and bada bing, bada boom. You're in there. Also, the Discord channel. It's always hopping during every day. I mean, we're having some great laughs in there. If you want to join the Discord for free, you can click the link that's right in the episode description as well. Guys, on this one, we got a very special guest joining us. It's been a long time. We're talking about Fernando Loaiza. Huge. We're so excited to have him on again.
Yeah,
it's
dude,
been way too long.
It is. It's been way too long in between episodes. We've obviously we've talked on the phone sometimes in between those episodes, so we've always kept in touch with Fernando. I feel like pretty well, but as far as episodes go, I mean, the gap is crazy because I thought Daniel's was a long gap, and this was, I think Fernando said he was 22.
Episode 22.
22, that's what I thought. So he was still,
we are, episode 153.
Yeah, because Bobby, we still had, when we hadn't had somebody on that the last time we recorded, Bobby was with us because that's been a long time. And he was, God, yeah, that's crazy. It's been that while. But yeah, man, it was episode 22, so we were at 131 episodes in. Good Lord.
That's insane. That's insane. But we're excited to have him back on. So let's go. Let's get this one going, shall we? Episode 153. Here we go. We got to this one address. I said, this one goes around back. He went around back, drove off, left them right at the stop.
That was after getting hit by a car.
You got hit by a car?
I ended up drinking 24 Bud Lights in about 48 minutes. Drunken nomad stumbles out in the road and he hit me going 30 miles an hour.
What's up, everybody, and thank you for joining us on another episode of Why can't I talk right now? Another episode of All in the Delivery, episode 153. Another episode of struggling. Here we go. Oh my God, starting off hot. Dash one tonight. All right. But I mean, hey, like I said at the top, we're so excited to have our guest come on. But first, because he's not with us yet, we're gonna talk. Luke and I just gonna talk for a little bit about our week, what's been going on. First of all, I just want to say, because our listenership, a big, huge part of our listenership is out of California. And we do know quite a few drivers that are down there in the LA area, and the craziness that is all happening over there, and even all over the United States now. It's happening in other cities, protests, all that other stuff. We just want to say, be safe if you're going there, and, just be safe. Be safe. And also, obviously, while you guys are delivering, too. I mean, I don't know exactly how that works when shit like that is going down in a city where people got to deliver. But obviously, be safe. Don't put yourself in any harm's way when you guys are out there delivering, okay? Because we care about you guys. So.
We absolutely do.
Yes. So let's go around the table to the other side of the screen, shall we? My co-host down in West by God, Virginia. Come here and let me see you, Luke.
Fuck.
How are you, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing pretty well, but just to add a little bit to to the end of that, I also want to say that it is your First Amendment right to free speech, and with as far as protesting, peaceful protesting and protesting in general has always been legal in this country, and it's still if it's something that you believe in. You participate however you want to, but the stuff, there's stuff in images you see, of just stuff that's obviously, blatant acts of violence. But I don't have to get into that because people have been. This has been as this gets released. This has been. I think everything's pretty. I don't know. I think it's a lot more died. I think it's died down now, I believe, at least in I don't I'm not going to assume, but from what I've seen, I haven't heard like anything. I haven't seen anything new be reported. But yes, anytime there's a large gathering anywhere in this country, it's something can always go, and that's not even at a protest. That's a whole other fucking issue to get into. But yeah, be safe out there for sure. We love all you guys.
Absolutely. So I gotta tell this story. I meant to tell it last week, but I forgot, and so I have to tell this story. And as a driver, as a UPS driver, right? I mean, we all see the dogs. Everybody sees dogs, right? Mm-hmm. And I think most of us, the majority of us, are all pretty friendly with the dogs as long as the dogs are friendly to us, right? And
yes.
and so this happened the other day, and I was bulked out this day. I was heavy as shit. It was one of those days where it was just all right, David, head down, grind the day out, get it done, because it was one of those days where it's there's you can't be fucking around today. It's heavy. You want to get done, And so I had to stop, and these two houses are pretty close to each other.
Excuse me.
I have one for the one stop there, and as I'm walking back to the truck, I have one earbud in, and I'm listening to a podcast, and then I hear something out of my other ear, and I hear somebody yelling for me, and I take my earbud out and I turn around, and it's the neighbor, and the neighbor is coming down his backyard. And he's walking his dog on a leash, and he's like, hey, and he's waving me down and everything, and I take the earbud out, and I'm like, hey, what's up? What's going on? And he says to me, and he says, my dog wants to say hello, and I'm just like, fuck, I said to him, I was like, hey man, listen, next time, I really can't wait around today, because he's still out back behind his house in his yard yelling at me because his dog wants to say hello. It's and then of course when I was like, nah man, listen, I can't today, dude, I can't, I'm sorry, dude, I'm too heavy, I don't have time for this. He gave me the old fuck you, get out of here, hand motion, get lost, bud. You mean nothing to me kind of thing when I told him no. And it was the first time I ever had somebody say to me that their dog wants to say hello. I get it, and I'm mostly friendly with the dogs always, but this is just one of those days where you just can't fuck around.
Hold on 1 minute. Did this? I apologize because I was putting in the last. I was checking to see. Shout out to the DC Defenders when it gets recorded. I hope you win because you're the XFL. You're the XFL version of the UFL. But anyways, I wanted to check one last time before we got into. But did this happen again? Or are you retelling this story?
No, I'm retelling you this story. I haven't told the story yet on the podcast.
Have you not?
No. I wanted to, and I meant to, but I forgot to.
Well, this ran into a phone conversation. I'm sorry. Yes.
Yes.
I apologize. To the listeners, yes, this is
This is the first time they're hearing about it.
For the drivers, they understand,
Yeah, it's just like, like, sure, most often I'd be like, yeah, sure, yeah, is the dog allowed a treat? Like, I'll give him a treat, but like this one day, but like just the hand motion the guy gave me, dude, his face, this guy was disgusted.
He was shooing you away.
Dude, he gave me the old, get out of here. Fuck you, get out of here, like hand motion. Anyways, I just thought I was like, I don't know. And then I got back in the truck and I started driving away and I was like, my dog wants to say hello? I was like, what, dude? Like, like, this is the type of person that, like, has their, like, they probably just pamper the shit out of their dog.
Oh, yeah.
I think Nick said it, too, on the phone when I, like, was telling you guys about it. And, like, Nate was like, yeah, he's probably got, like, a seat at the dinner table for his dog. The dog eats off the fucking plate at the dinner table.
I would have probably cussed under my breath, but I don't know.
I basically did. I was walking back.
I probably would have. I would have felt more bad for the dog, and I probably would have went up to him and been like, "Sorry, buddy. It'll end one day." But
yeah,
I swear I wouldn't have said that.
Like, it's, dude. This guy's probably never gonna come outside with his dog again when I'm next door or even at his house. But
no,
hopefully he doesn't have to worry about it anymore. No, at least not for much longer, anyways.
Oh yeah, are we going to give a spoiler alert, or are you going to wait?
Nah. I mean, there's a route opening up that I really enjoy when I used to cover it a long time ago, and that guy's now retired, and so I'm looking to put a bid in on it. So we'll see how that goes. But that's at the end of the month. So we'll see how that one plays out for me here. So, but yeah, dude. Yeah.
I hope it works out for you, man, because this is, I guess, to say, just keep it to delivering, because I don't really care, because you're not going to be there anyway. So if you do have any if any of your customers are your listeners, I don't know who they are.
I don't think so.
But, when you just have, but you said it sucks because you tried to break the chain, because you said the driver that used to be on that route was an asshole, correct? Or was kind of a prick?
Just
miserable, maybe.
Yeah, I think he was just miserable.
So when you took over that route, you always said to people, it's a lot of the people were like
he didn't like that route. So obviously, like, I feel like if you don't like a route, like, so obviously you're not happy when you're out there probably, and I'm sure like the vibes are different when you're interacting with customers. If you're having a bad day, like, I don't know. We'll see.
I feel like I should let me say one more thing before we move on with that. I want to make sure I clarify it, because when we are on the phone on the road and stuff, Dave still has mostly positive interactions with all of his customers that I hear. So I want to make sure to clarify that. I'm not trying to say everybody's listening. The routes on it, they'll just be like, "Oh, it's a fucking UPS guy. What the fuck do you want?" It didn't like that. So it's still, but yeah, I'm excited for you, man, because it's nice to have it, especially one that you like better.
Enjoy.
But I still enjoy my route to an extent, but I always said it's not a retirement route, so I kind of but I'm staying put for now. I don't know.
Yeah,
I might,
and like
10 years from now, I might say the same thing. But,
right, and like, it's not even just that, but I would also take pride in taking over a route where this guy's been on the route for like 20 plus years, like well loved by everybody out there on that route. Like every time like every time the cover driver would cover it, we would always hear like from the customers, "Oh, where's where's Dennis? Like, where's the regular guy? And we're like, "Oh, where's Dennis?" And he's on vacation. He took the day off today. And just so I would take pride in taking over a route where somebody like that, just retired off it. So
right.
But yeah, man. So, looking forward to it. So,
but it's been the heat on this end here, dude, for this week. I was not acclimated. I'm telling you, I crawled to the fucking finish line on Friday. I'm feeling a lot better as we record this. Whenever you listen, as we record this, it is Saturday evening, and I'm feeling a lot better than. I mean, I was spent. And Willow, I don't hear any movement up there, so I think she's down. She had. All right, let me tell this story before Fernando gets on, before we bring him on. Last night, so Willow will sleep in bed with me sometimes if she can't go to bed, and last night was one of those nights. And our bed is big enough for all of us to sleep in, but when she's like not tired, it's pointless. So normally I'll just lay in there and it's just me and her. And Ashley will be, she'll either be in her room or on the couch just to get some sleep, because eventually she winds down. But last night, it's always been my fear because she rolls around like her old man. That's why when she was a baby, I never ever slept with her, because I was fucking so scared, because I'm a big fucking dude and I roll around a lot. So last night I was sitting there and I was like pulling her in more to the center of the bed, because I felt like she was too close to the edge. And this is like one of them fucking dad moments, which luckily she didn't land on her head, but she fell out of the bed. But so like she fell out of the bed but landed on her ass, like landed on her butt. And the thud woke me up, but she was like still initially asleep, and then like 2 seconds later she went fucking nuts. But she ran into this, sprinted through the house. Ashley was obviously awake too, and she just said she was just scared. It wasn't really from pain, but yeah, that happened last night. So good Lord, dude. It was. I'm glad we're recording this evening. It worked out well. It worked out.
Good. No doubt. So let's get Fernando in here, shall we?
Yeah, let's roll.
All right. We're gonna take a quick break here with you guys, and we'll be right back. Here we go. And we're back with our very special guest joining us. Like we said at the top there, he hasn't been on here since episode 22, really, and that's just too long. Like, Luke and I were discussing this on the phone one day out driving. We were like, yeah, when was the last time we had Fernando on? And then we thought about all the Christmas episodes, but no, the actual episode 22. And to really put that even into how much long ago that was, episode 22 got released. It was the very first episode of January in 2021. So here we are in June of 2025, and so much has changed. So guys, please welcome back to the show Fernando. What is going on, buddy?
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me back. It's good to see you guys. It's
Likewise.
been too damn long.
It has, man. And, it's crazy how fast time flies, because, I wasn't a parent yet. Of the three of us, I'm the newest one to parenthood. But now, like, for me, it feels like, because Willow's, she's almost 3. She'll be 3 in a couple weeks. And, Dave, youngest, wasn't born yet. And it's wild just how your son just graduated high school.
Yes.
He was just entering it. We were talking about that before we hopped on. It's so wild, just how fast time does go. We've kept in touch, and I'm glad for that. But to have you back on again, brother, yeah, dude, it's been long overdue, and I'm definitely excited that we worked it out, and to get you back on, and I'm ready to get this one going.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
For sure, it's going to be back.
So, yes. So that came out January 11th, it says here. That episode got released January 11th of 2021. My son was born on the 23rd of January of that year.
No,
so
nice.
Wow.
Yeah, so like, and he's gonna be. I mean, he's gonna be 5 in January of next year. So it's just like, fuck, man, too long, bro. Like Luke said, time flies.
Time flies.
We've recorded a lot of episodes, Dave. Good. That's a fucking lot of them. We're
So
like the
much
UFC.
shit.
We're just gonna keep numbering them, dude.
Fuck it. Why not?
I mean,
new
that's
rules,
exactly
dude.
what
Just
UBS
keep 'em.
thinks of us as their numbers, right?
Oh my
So,
God.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
why not just every guest has a number? God.
Well, I do gotta ask before, because with the Arizona hat that you were showing us beforehand, are they still alive or did they get beat?
So we did lose the first game of the College World Series, but we play tomorrow. It's a double elimination. You know, there's 8 teams that make it to the College World Series, and so 2 different brackets. It's kind of like the regionals. It's double elimination, and then the winners of those brackets end up going head to head for a 3-game series. So yeah, we lost the first game. Unfortunately, still going to bear down and, you know, fought our way back to hopefully at least the championship series, but we'll see. We'll see what tomorrow brings.
I'll tell you, dude, it was exciting to watch because, as we were saying, West Virginia they were close, but didn't, ran into the buzzsaw of the LSU Tigers, but, had a couple very entertaining games, but I never can remember the guy's name, but he is the owner of the Arizona Diamondbacks, and he is an alumni here, and he's one of our
Jerry
big donors.
Colangelo? No? I don't know. That was like way back when I was growing up. Jerry Colangelo, he was one of the first ones.
No, I don't believe that doesn't sound right. I cannot. I feel like it maybe starts with a B, but I think Dave's looking it up. I can see him fucking. I can see him down there. But no, I am. But anyway, he's also a huge Rich Rod fan. That's why he was one of the big people getting Rich Rodriguez back to WVU. So
is he still there?
But anyway, Rich Rod, he came back. This is his debut. This football season coming up will be his first year.
Oh,
he
shit.
returned.
So where
dude.
did he go after Arizona? Some other
Jacksonville State. Jacksonville State, and then from Jacksonville State, now he's back in Morgantown, and
nice.
It was mixed emotions with a lot of the fan base. I wasn't that upset about it because I didn't know. I don't think we could get anybody any better, but if we could get back to those were good years. They were good years. But man, I don't know. I've got my doubts, but. But our baseball team gets facility wise. That dude gives them.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got some NIL money, so we can bring in some ringers. But we didn't bring in enough to make it to the curl. I wish you luck though, man. I'd followed it a little bit more than I normally would, but yeah, it's college baseball is pretty fucking.
It's very fun. It's very entertaining.
Bats,
roller coaster inning. Not even like just the game. Every fucking inning could be just like back and forth, and bases loaded, jam, no runs given up. Or you put up an 8 spot, and the next team. When you think like you got all this momentum, you guys go into the dugout, or, or you guys go back out onto the field, and it's like the other team answers. It's like, fuck, man, like. They're just playing with heart and passion, and I think that's what I love about college sports in general. Like I can't do the NBA. I know I put that little pool out there for the NBA Finals, Game 3 and 4, but I don't follow the NBA. I don't know if my numbers hit or not. If they did, let me know. But yeah, it's just the heart and passion that college athletes have, and even younger kids, and that's why just again being a parent and supporting what the kids wanted to do with their sports, realizing that I was a little bit too hard when they were kids, with my son especially, with baseball, kind of like pushing it too hard on him, and then kind of just, damn, I really messed it up. I'm not even gonna push baseball. I don't want him to do baseball anymore. So then it's just like, but I will support him and encourage him, but I want to let him know I don't want to mess anything up. I keep that communication with him. Like, I am your biggest fan. I'm your biggest supporter, but I don't want you to feel, or I just don't want to screw things up for you anymore. So
I
I don't know how.
I understand what you're saying. I get what you're saying because I saw that I saw that a lot. Like being an adult now and being be looking back when I was a kid. I didn't really have to deal with that so much myself, but I saw a lot of parents, like a lot of dads that were, it would be an overbearing, I think, and I think anybody would be like, it's fucked up to say this because I can remember a few. Obviously, I'm not going to name them,
Yeah.
but I think anybody that played sports that's, in the age group that we are, I can remember people's. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're 40 as well, right? Are you
Yeah.
40?
I'm going to be 41 next week.
See, I'll be 41 in December, dude. No worries. I'm right behind you. Dave's creeping closer, but he's not quite there yet. But he'll be there before he
He's
knows
just
it.
a cute little young lad. No.
Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah,
No,
dude,
but dude, but like speaking of that though, like so, and so my oldest, who is 6, so he started soccer this year. Okay, it was something that he wanted to do. We're like, all right, sure, bud. We'll put you on a team. We'll sign you up. And there are some parents that are just like insane. There was one kid on the other team where literally like the dad, like like all the parents, like everybody who's watching the game are all on like one side of the field with their chairs, with their blankets, whatever, in the grass, like watching. And then this one dad was on the other side where there's like nobody, just walking up and down the sideline, just following his kid, and just like, he's got the Ronaldo jersey on, just like, you know what I mean, just like walking up and down the sideline, just like on his kid's ass. And I'm just over there across the way, just watching this. I'm like, holy
yeah. See,
shit.
like I think we all feel that. I wasn't that person, but I was like that behind the scenes in practice when I would take them both to the park to go hit grounders, to go hit pop-ups, to give them batting practice. I would be very critical of them there. I would be their coach there in that time. And
Right.
when the game starts, I'm not coach. The coaches are coach. You don't look to
Yeah.
me. We're not going that way. I was able to separate that, but I just fucked it up for him very, very little. Like as a kid, I feel bad. I look back, I'm like, all the kids develop at different levels and different ages. You hear stories about, stud collegiate athletes that don't pick up that sport until high school. And it's
Right.
because, it's just, we develop different. And that's why I like being a dad and seeing these kids grow up the way they do and supporting them and in anything that they can do like that is just, it's fun, but definitely those boundaries, man, like
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but it also, and it seems to me like I know that there's that line of it, but I think too, like I think that it's still good to be critical a little bit. You know what I mean? Like you being hard on your son or your daughter when hitting. Like I don't disagree. Like I think that's the line. There's like the limit you got to find because we live now in the I mean rather for better or worse, we live in the participation trophy era now,
Oh
and
my!
there's a
All
lot
those
of
the rings.
there's a lot of kids that will, I feel like there's a lot of parents out there that just like wouldn't be, if you tell your kid, if you pamper, I don't know, like I'm going to say pamper, but if you build up, like, there's a lot of parents that will just be mad at a kid not playing that maybe hasn't put in the work or just showed up. We all see that, and I feel like sports is supposed to be fun, and it is. That's the main thing. But you learn a lot, and you learn building blocks of life in youth sports. You do, and the more you stick with it, I will always say that there is stuff that you've learned that you use for the rest of your life, and you learn it. So I think that you just have to, and that's going to be like with Willow, like I'm going to have to, because like the air, I always said, like, even though he's a fictional character, I always said, like, I come from like the Bud Kilmer era, where like Varsity Blues head coach, the one that was just a huge asshole. Like, dude, but that's like, but I loved my head coach in high school. God rest him, was not an asshole like Bud Kilmer, but man, he would rip us a new asshole from time to time. So I still wanted to play my ass off for that man. It was just different back then. Like, he probably would not be able to, like, not even the way the game is played now, but just the way that he would come down on us. I don't even know if he would be able to coach now without, in like at the prep level, without getting fired.
Yeah.
And he never like hit us or anything. It wasn't like he fucking smacked us in the head. It just was verbal.
Or not even that, but
feel like
just the way they talk. It's like, all it takes is one kid to say something like that, and it's just like, damn, dude, that's a good coach though. Like, if you really could separate or forgive. Fuck, man, it's just
he was good at my coach. He was good at yelling to make a point, but if you did, but he didn't just do it like on a fly. It would be like, if you fucked up a couple times in a row, then you were getting it. You know what I mean? But like, I don't know. I love that man. So yeah, it didn't faze me none. But it was, I feel like it's tough. It would be, but like how Dave said, that guy in the Ronaldo jersey, I just feel like, a lot of times he may not even be that bad. He's just maybe living wanting to think he can.
He's all over there running up and down the sideline, starting the chant like, oh.
Right. But it would be, I don't know. I'm not there yet personally. I've seen it with my nephews and my friends' kids that I've been to their, like, I've seen, but I haven't got to experience it as being a parent yet. And I'm scared to death, because I'm like being an older parent, like, because I'm 40 now. When Willow starts, I'll be well into my 40s once she starts like playing Little League Baseball, and I'm just going to be around like a bunch of Gen Z parents that did not come up in the era that I did, sports wise, and I feel like, man, I'm just going to look at it I'm just gonna have just plaster a smile on my face and nod my head and clap. But I could be completely wrong. We'll see.
Oh God, I could just imagine Willow like toughening up her teammates and shit, like picking them up, kicking their ass in gear because of, again, just a tougher mentality. Like, come on, let's go, cheering up our teammates when maybe their parent be like, oh my gosh, my poor baby, coddling too much. So
I try not to, but like today, I'll just give you one. Like, as I try not to coddle, and then like today, she, like, our lawn, we have them little clovers that'll come out of the ground, and yellow jackets, bees will get on. She stepped on one, and she didn't have her shoes on or anything, so she was crying, and I felt terrible. So I'm literally, I I put and it's been raining here like a motherfucker. So I'm like, oh God, so I go over to my lawnmower and it's already on the lowest setting. I put it on the lower than lower. I don't even put it on a setting. I just put it like basically on the ground. Just fucked my yard up, but I got these clovers out. So I'll sit there and I don't know. She's still young yet, man. She's a toddler, so I'm going to always pamper her if she gets hurt. But I don't know, man. I'm still looking forward to him. I'm very excited for that part. I can't stop her growing up, so that's
I mean, like
tough.
you mentioned about your son playing baseball, Fernando, and so it's just funny because my oldest Xander, he is like just falling in love with the sport. You know, where like right now, and just like literally probably has got his glove on right now as he's sleeping. You know what I mean?
Awesome.
And and so like it's pretty awesome. And then like it's like the one sport where like he'll like actually like sit down and like watch like with me, you know, and like cheer him on and shit like that. And so that's we haven't gotten him on a team yet. We'll probably get him on a team next year because it's too late now to sign him up. But so I mean, hey, just right now, like, you know, he's literally out there with the little rebound net thing and throwing the ball at it, and it's coming back at him, and he's figuring out all the other, you know, the ways to turn the glove over and catch it, and
yeah.
You know,
So like for you, Dave, perfectly. Like that's what I was trying to say. Is like it's right around that age where I fucked it up for my son, and that's where like, you know, it's really just I to this day I apologize to them. Like, because I just feel like I was a little too hard on them sometimes, but that's just the way kind of we were raised, the way that I was raised, a little more tough love from coaches and parents and everything. But like, and it wasn't until after it happened that you take a step back and be like, damn, dude, like, you know, motor skills, he's smaller for his age. He's bigger for his age. He can, you know, whatever. Like you have to, as a good coach, as someone, you should be able to see that and you should be able to control yourself to be able to teach them. So, but yeah, definitely, dude, I wish your son the best and just patience with him. And I love seeing the videos every time you guys go into City Field, like all the pictures and everything, dude. I'm just like so happy for you guys. Whenever we go to the Diamondbacks games, I like sitting lower level, but the few times I've been to other stadiums, I'm sitting up top, and so like just seeing the views from City Field. Like I think the first one was behind home plate a little bit, and then the other one was left field. I'm like, dude, like I just like all the angles. It's like, you know what, dude, forget the price. I'm just going to go look. I just enjoy it. Enjoy the environment, enjoy the experience from a different angle. And so I appreciate those pictures that you're putting up there, bro. Yeah, man, I'm happy for you guys.
Thank you. Yeah, unfortunately, that's where I caught COVID last time. But
the pack of sardines in that subway or the train.
Fucking sardines in the subway there.
He's getting angry, coughed on by the passengers packed in there. This fucking guy's got to take up all this space.
Seriously.
He's like, hey guys, can you show me directions over here? Like right up in your face.
Dude, I think it was on my old page that got hacked, but it was one of the most of the videos I ever did were always kind of real life related to the road, but I'll never forget this one. I did kind of how it was at the beginning and how it was a couple years into COVID, and I went into this breezeway at this house, like in between they had a side door in between their garage and their house, but it was connected. And so I go in there, and this old woman comes out, you know, and she don't have anything on her face or nothing. She don't have a mask on. She's like, oh yeah, just set that right there. And I mean, she's walking right towards me, and I'm talking, we're like, I mean, it's like we're doing a UFC face off here. She's like, I don't want to get too close to you. I got COVID. And I was like, oh, well, thanks. And I'm thinking, man, how different it was. Because I remember when I used to step out of trucks and they'd be like, okay, just stop right there. Stop right there.
Yeah,
and then
dude.
fucking, I
What
said,
a
no, this
time.
woman's got COVID. Just walking out of here and just getting right up 2 feet away from me. Hey, no, I don't want to get too close to you because I got COVID. God, I was freaking out because Ashley, was not. She was. She wouldn't care if I said it. She knows it. Ashley was kind of a hypochondriac before COVID ever existed, so she was really. It hit her pretty hard. So for a while, I would, she would spray me down in the beginning, and
Yeah.
I remember that day when I went, I was worried because I was like, man, there ain't no way I got if I don't have COVID, I got some COVID balls in these fucking uniform fabrics. So I'm I remember I went home and just ran down the stairs, and this was, she wasn't spraying me down anymore at this time or anything, but I remember this, I didn't want to walk in and be like, oh, by the way, this woman fucking had COVID, was 2 feet away from me in this narrow hallway.
Dude.
Just what it was. So
you didn't want to tell
no,
anybody.
dude, I bolted downstairs and then I ran upstairs completely naked and hopped in the shower. And I was like, hey, I'm just getting in the shower real quick. Yeah, fucking don't want to get the COVID balls on anybody.
What a time, dude. I remember I had a customer that was he was in his car at the bottom of his driveway and I saw him there. And I was like, oh, perfect. I can just give him I can just give him the package, right? And so I fucking get the box out and I start approaching his car, and he rolls down the back passenger side window,
Oh my God.
passenger side window, and literally and he's like, don't come by me. Leave it right there. Leave it right there. Just leave it right there. I don't want to come by you. I don't want to come by that package. And just drop it right there. I was like, all right, buddy. You got it.
Yeah.
What a time. What a time.
And in a way, so yeah, you just got sick the other week, but
Yes.
we're still living that shit.
Yeah.
At work wise, stop counts. I don't know about I for the most part since the fall of 2019, right before Christmas, right before COVID, right? Because then COVID into the winter, to the start of spring when shit hit the fan. Because it was right
February, something like that.
Yeah,
March.
And then it's our Christmas season didn't really die down.
It never stopped.
It never stopped.
Yeah.
And when did it stop, or when has it really stopped?
Has it stopped?
I don't think it had, but I was telling you guys in the Discord, and that our Saturday, they're gonna just go back to overnight Saturday delivery here, but our volume, it's not. I don't know. I feel like there's something else. I think there's something else going on, at least here. I don't know that for sure. Just pure speculation, because we have volume and we do have work. I'm not sure what, I don't know if they're just trying to shrink it down, but yeah, I don't know. That's a good, when, for me, I can remember when the volume at least died, the peak volume for COVID for me, it was probably May, and this would have been in 2020. This was maybe the end of April, the beginning of May of 2020, basically through the summer. It was it kind of, I feel like it leveled off a little bit. It was weird because right before peak season, I feel like it actually got lighter here, but for the summer of 2020, prior to that, I'd only worked past 10 o'clock once, maybe twice. Dude, in that summer of 2020, I worked past 10. Our center manager, I'll never forget. He came down. He was like, "Hey," at the PCM. He's like, "Guys, and there's nothing really I can do here. If you're on the 9-5 list, just file grievances and you'll get paid for them." And that's it. Like, it was like he was basically like, "Yes, buckle the fuck up, man." We're fucking.
Yeah.
And I remember I worked past 10. I worked past 10 o'clock, like on average, probably three nights a week. And then, like, if I wasn't working past 10, I was punching out at like 9:45 or some shit.
And I guess, like, I didn't really propose the question in the sense like every day we're all like that. No, like, I understand we have some real good days, some really decent days, some light. But I guess, like, in the big picture of things, like the number of new drivers that we have, how many, the other night I was looking at the seniority list, and I'm like, 2019 to 2020, like, there was a big, good chunk of drivers from 2020,
Right.
and beyond, and it's like we're all working. The routes are in, so how much have we really, like? And then, like, there's still some routes like mine. It's a higher letter, which is, toward the end. It's not the 30. It's not the apex. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about.
So mine is 30K. So I'm like way the fuck out here supposedly, and it's like my stop count though. It's been crazy. Like, I mean, it's not. Like we just said, it's not 9 o'clock every day, but it's still well over 9:05. Yeah. My production's gone out the window. Have you guys noticed production change with the new dyads? Like losing at least a half hour with those, like from the, what are we, 6? So from the dyad 5 to the 6.
Dude, for some reason recently that the dyad 6, it, like, for a stretch it wasn't crashing or anything, but mine now, at least the last month, has been freezing up fucking consistently again, and it's like it was when it first started.
Back.
Oh, well, they should have never have taken them motherfuckers out anyway. That was one of the dumbest. That was one of the dumbest moves, really, when they did that.
I feel like
that
I'm
was
wasting more time now, dude. Selecting the fucking stop that I want just to zoom in to see if I'm gonna pass any other stops to get that. Oh.
Right, I know, dude. It's insane that they. I don't know. It's. You good, Dave? You good? I didn't want to.
Dude, my internet just crapped out. Like everything, dude. My internet shut down, and I didn't know if it was still recording, if we lost everybody. And then, like, it just came back up, and, like, it said it was still recording, and I just was able to join again. So I'm back.
Dude, I didn't want to keep going. I didn't want to keep going. I was like, when he left and I saw it was recording, I was like, "Yeah, fuck it, let's just
keep going,
go, man." I was.
keep
we were going to fucking keep rolling, but yeah, no, I'm glad you came back. Or we were able to have you back. That's
I didn't know what happened there, dude.
It was a chemical reaction from the pool.
Yeah, 100%.
Dude, it was.
I think I just blew something up in the backyard.
Dude, that was what was funny, because I was jinxing us when we, like, for a little while, and I kept saying, I was like, dude, it's been so smooth, and then my internet started, like, it was like a few episodes in a row, my internet was fucking up bad, and then there was one time when we recorded, and I remember I looked out the window, and I just see this lightning crackling out here. I was like, man, no way this is going to last. And somehow we made it through.
Sorry,
go ahead.
That's okay. So I was going to say, Fernando, so obviously the last time we talked, we were talking about earlier is, your kid was just getting into high school. So, how is the family? I mean, I think the last time we really saw you was from the pictures of when your daughter was your helper.
Oh God. So yeah, that video that went viral with my daughter showing up to work that first day.
Oh yeah.
She was,
I remember that
dude.
one.
And so she's working at Costco now. She's graduated high school a couple years ago, but she's working at Costco now. And, like, there's times where she'll be closing her shift and I'll barely be coming home, like this week. She waits for me, I wait for her. Like when we're both not tired and we try to wait up for each other. But yeah, it was pretty cool. Like she was my helper, like that helper that I think that we all look for, that just zips it, turns the music up, fucking goes to the door, back, let's go. What are you waiting for? Oh shit, all right. Like she's pushing me, and she's just this tiny little thing, but she's just the best. And
It's
but yeah,
awesome.
so she was my helper. My son was going into high school when we last spoke, and he just now graduated, third in his class. He's going to be going to the University of Arizona studying finance, and
Nice.
so he's going to be starting school in the fall. And my wife has quit her job, the corporate job. Just all the bullshit. Like, imagine if we had that luxury to just whatever, all the bullshit.
Yeah.
Like
Oh
it
no.
would be so uh free, like just. So I'm really happy for her. I'm really proud of her. I know it hasn't been easy, one income, but she is doing some stuff on the side, online on Instagram, on her Depop, whatever, reselling clothes. But it's like life has changed so much,
Yeah.
and I'm at a new phase now in life, and it's a lot of reflecting, a lot of um thankfulness, a lot of just being grateful, like appreciative, trying to, and when it comes to work, I'm like, I've come to terms that I'm not Superman. I can't sustain what I did during peak. I can't sustain physically that
Right.
level every damn day, especially after 19 years driving. I'm, um, doing this route, for the last 6 years. I I tell the customers on the route, like, that they're the reason. They motivate me. They keep me going through the day. Just like, seeing those pictures, seeing interactions, smiles, brief conversations, interactions. They keep me going. They keep me rolling. They keep me going towards those 200 stops every fucking day, which is stupid. It's like nobody should be going out with 200 stops. And
Yeah,
I'm
I was
like,
gonna bring that up. The picture you sent in the Discord.
oh, dude,
Holy shit.
Yeah,
yesterday was
dude.
278. So with the exception of yesterday and the day before, so Thursday and Friday, I was a solid for like the last week and a half, under 9.5, but still about 185, 190 stops, which is my borderline max. 9.5.
How many
I,
miles?
about 70.
Okay, that's still a good amount.
Yeah.
So I've been keeping little, again, a lot of reflecting. I think about of the guys who before take notes every hour, take notes every hour. Just stop count this, stop count at this time, stop count at this time. Anything that happens in between, just put a little whatever note, that way when you see it, you're reminded. And oh yeah, I did this or I did that. I had to piss, I had to take a shit, I had a customer, I had whatever. Uh, but anyway, so yeah, yesterday, 278 stops. And, they're all resis. Great. But it's not fucking Christmas.
No,
It's not
dude.
Nah,
Christmas
dude, that's still getting. I mean,
on a
even
Friday.
yeah.
After the week, it's like, come on. And I felt like mentally, I felt good, which was, um, I think the biggest obstacle for us, especially with the heat, with all the elements. Um, but it's just like, we all know, like, we can't, we tell you, Dave, Luke, you're going to get help. Don't worry. We know you're heavy. I appreciate this, heads up, like acknowledgement, like, hey,
Of
I
course.
know you're heavy, but we're going to send you help. Our plan is to send you help. Be real, be honest with how you communicate. But even then, we all know at the end of the day, once we're out there, it's like, hey, 7 o'clock at night, where the fuck's the help?
Right.
You can't rely on it. You cannot rely on it because you're shooting yourself in the foot.
Yep.
So for all those newbies, again, I'm not telling you to go above and beyond, but just like take care of yourself. More importantly, if the job will get done eventually,
Yep.
but when the company says they're going to send you help, don't rely on it. Don't stress yourself out on it. Just if it happens, it happens. All you can do is one stop at a time.
That's
Just
it.
get to the next stop safe. Be careful with the kids, especially at fucking nighttime. My God, dude. Ugh. Fucking, well, I think I asked, was it last time or, javelinas, like kind of like a wild boar,
Uh huh.
these fuckers scared the shit out of me at a house last night. I was like, they came out of the bushes like behind the house. Um,
How big are these things? You say wild boar, like is it?
well, I mean, it's a javelina. Um, fuck. I don't know. They look like a
Are we talking like a
pretty hefty
pig?
pig. Yeah, like a hefty
Okay.
pig. I don't know, a fucking wild boar, right? Pig,
Well,
a
yeah,
fucking
a pig,
razorback, a
razorback.
pig,
Yeah,
but
big
they're
enough to
a
spook you
big,
for sure.
yeah, big, hairy, and especially when they travel in like 8 or 9 packs of 8 or 9.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, fuck no, one, and then they scramble, and then they stay stiff like frozen, and then they move.
Come on.
But it's like so fucking weird because it's like, wait, you scared me, I scared you. No, we're both good. Okay, okay. But either way, but they're just like they get into a lot of trash cans and shit. So the next day, sometimes you'll see like a trash can tipped over with a bunch of trash.
And you're
Ripped
like,
out.
ah,
But anyway,
See,
yeah, yeah.
that's like. See, now we don't have those, but we have trash cans tipped over. That's just raccoons. Raccoons do that shit here,
Yo.
but we don't have. Well,
For you, it's raccoons. For Fernando, it's these javelinas, and for me, it's a bear. If we have trash cans knocked over,
yeah. I mean, I guess
it's usually a bear
I guess
for
we
us.
could. Well, we have
Fuck
bears here,
that.
but they're rare. They're rare.
Fuck that. Was that
Yeah.
you that put that on the Discord the other day?
No, actually, that was not me.
That is
But
scary as shit.
I did see that one. Yeah.
Hell no. Hell
Yep.
no. I would.
Oh yeah.
I've always wanted to see a bear. I've never seen a bear live or, like out in the wild.
Yeah. They're
Only
a
in
good time.
captivity.
This is it, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that looks like a kind of cute,
Is that
hefty little
the
fucker.
smaller
but
one?
It looks like a smaller one, but there's some big ass ones that have like the arch on the
Yeah,
spike.
I know. That's
They-
what I was thinking of
Oh god.
when you were saying
Yeah.
like the spikes and shit.
Yeah, they look a little bit meaner. Maybe in person they look a little bit meaner. Make a
What's
trip out here. I'll show you.
What's the weather been like temperature wise? What have you been dealing with?
So today I went out, even after yesterday, because I care. I care about our brothers and sisters. I care about the other drivers who are also dads this Father's Day weekend. And again, I know Saturdays are awful. They're awful. They don't give a shit what time we're out there till. So I showed up for a few hours, and when I punched out, it was 106. And that was at 3 o'clock. So yesterday it got up to like 105, but still, it's here. And again, you're out there in the elements. You adapt every hour. You stay cool, hydrated, cool off.
Yeah.
But still, that 106 dry heat. Gotta love it.
So
Dude,
I was
106
gonna
is-
ask,
ugh.
like, what tips would you give somebody, Fernando, that's got to deal with the heat? Like any of our drivers, like how many times do you take a break? You know what I mean? Whether it be just like, whatever, 3 minutes, 5 minutes here and there, shade, water,
Yeah.
cooling towel, cooling solution towel, like what is
So-
your day usually when it comes to like keeping yourself hydrated?
Routine. So routine for sure when you have your own route. Like that's anything. I think being consistent, whether it be running your air and then your business or running business and then air or both, but being consistent with how you deliver every day can set you up for how you're going to survive the summer here sometimes. So, um, you know, run my air first, go take a break. So first, you know, I'm 10 stops in at what, 10:45 ish, take a 15-minute break. I stock up my water, ice, um, you know, just rehydrate. Okay, let's go start the route. And you break it down in like 2 more hours. 2 more hours is my next goal. 3 more hours is my next goal to where I'm going to want to take a lunch break. Where am I going to be taking the lunch break? I don't like to eat en route, or at least have a full meal. I like snacking a lot throughout the day, but I know I'm trying to get to this area before I break off for a lunch break, before I get a chance to
Of
cool
course.
off.
Yeah.
But until then, I gotta make it. So if you break it down just between 2 hours, I gotta drink maybe just two of these cups of water, or you know, and I gotta fucking, I don't know what they're called. There's little thermos things that keep it all cool and shit.
Yeah.
The
But
Yetis,
it's through a
Yeti
straw.
thermoses.
It's like a Yeti, but another one. It's not a Yeti. It's another fucking popular brand too. I forgot it though.
That's
But
okay.
anyway, um, customer gave it to me for Christmas, and
Nice.
but you know, just sip it through a straw and water, lunch break, then shade, and it's like it's imperative to me to keep the truck cool or cooler. Find a shaded spot for the truck.
For the
Find a
truck too.
shaded. That's our office. That's
Yeah.
where we have to go to fucking work. It's not the next house. It's not that house. It's the fucking truck. So
Yeah.
you're going to
Right.
be in here. How hot do you want this bitch to be when you get back? Think about that, where you're parking, how you're parking, whether you're facing to where that sun's right on you or it's coming in this way. Oh, it's only going to get up to halfway on the steps. I'm good.
Right.
You know, it's those little things, those little details. If you really feel on some days where the water just ain't kicking it, like, you know, obviously just a little splash. Uh, I wear long sleeves and, I'm sorry, like the dry fit, the tight fitting stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So instead of just pouring water on your arm or on the thicker long sleeve shirts that the company gives us, these, you know, obviously breathable, whatever keeps me, I feel a little bit cooler. I'm able to wet the legs as well, at least, you know, from the knee down. Um, you know, and obviously the fans, they do help initially. And I say, fuck it. Summertime, like, I'm trying to be safe out there. I'm not trying to steal company time. I'm really not. So if you think I'm stealing company time by taking an extra 15, 20 seconds, maybe even up to a minute because I'm drinking water by the time I get to sit down and then I get to fans, I'm like, okay, next up. And by the time I get started, if it's over a minute, I'm sorry.
Right.
But guess what? At the end of the day, I'm coming home
Yeah.
and
You made it.
you get the same employee the next day. And
Yeah.
hopefully you know, I've got the energy to do it again tomorrow, but it's just pacing yourself. Don't burn yourself out. I always felt pressure to get shit done and then help, get shit done and then help. And, and I try to tell now the guys that are, uh, the COVID babies that are inducted now,
Yeah.
into RPCDs, like, you know, I'm happy for you. I'm proud of you guys. You guys made it through. I tell them that individually. And it's like, don't feel pressure to be that. If you feel like you need to knock it out, do it.
Right.
But if you don't, like, you know damn well what they're going to do. And I just keep feeling like I'm that old fucking driver that was telling me as a young kid, you know, 20
Don't
years ago,
don't try and
18
be a
years ago.
hero. You know?
Really, true.
Yeah.
Amen to that.
Right.
Yeah. Don't try
Right.
to be a hero because it's, uh, I mean, you just, that's extra pressure that it's really not necessary with the job that we have.
Right.
There's a lot of pressure. And, you know, with men's mental health month, you know, it's, yeah, I mean, we've lost a couple brothers over the last couple years as well since COVID. We had
Yeah.
two to suicide here in Tucson. Um, and it's like, I don't know, man, like We just got to keep each other, just let each other know we're there for each other.
And to say, because being in the truck too, man, that can be, because you're by yourself and you're with your, it's like it is so important to reach out. And we didn't have, I think I've mentioned him before, but it was right before I got on, but we had lost the driver in our building to suicide. But he's the only one in our building that, unless there was somebody before him that I wasn't aware of. But it is like, I feel like our job is hard for, if you just like, it's like either problems at home, problems with the family member, or you got whatever, like something's going on.
Yes.
In our line of work, it really is kind of like, I don't know, because you're not, like, we work outside and shit, but we're almost like, you're almost in a fishbowl kind of. And I'm talking about the truck, you know what I mean? Like, you're doing it's tough, man. Like, I feel like in a job like ours, it would amplify, even just because you can't really, I mean, it's just hard to reach out, period, anyway. But yeah, it's very important to try to, because that sucks, man. Has that been recent? I mean, like, you said it since we talked last, but has that been within like the last like year or so?
So I think the latest one that happened was 2023. I want to say 2023.
Okay.
And the one before that, which was a shocker because he was our union steward, and one of the union stewards. And yeah, like, fuck, dude. Like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you guys have FMLA or not, but like, I've brought it up to the safety people. Like, when it comes to mental health, it's got to be a easier way to get FMLA. And I know some people take advantage of it, and it's unfortunate. But I do support my management team when it comes to cracking down on, like, hey, you're only allowed X amount of days. We're halfway through the year. You're down to 5 days, motherfucker. It's like,
Right.
Like, if you really were that bad to start the year, then oh well. But, there's, excuse me, there's, just, we have that available to us at our job. We have that available, but I just wish that it was an easier way to just, like, a flare up. Why do I need a fucking psychiatrist, or like forgive me, pardon my ignorance, I should know this. Psychologist, psychiatrist, which one's the higher up?
I feel like a psychologist would be higher up. Would you say that, Dave? I don't know. I would say.
Yeah.
But a psychiatrist, I feel like, is more of a therapist than a psychologist is, maybe.
Right. So it's one of those. And it's just like, this is so easy. So the lower level one is so easy for us to book an appointment. We could do that shit online. We could do it over the weekend. We could do it this. We could do that. Well, guess what? I'm going to see you every week, right? I'm fine. I don't need to take time off work. I can see you. We're good. But guess what? All of a sudden I have a flare up. I can't deal with fucking work right now. I can't use FMLA because she's not certified to give me that letter. He's not certified to give me that letter. This is where that issue is. It's like, we're trying to reach out for help, but it's like, what the fuck, man? Like, when I've been seeing this person and it's like you have to jump through so many obstacles and to just get cleared. But I'm just saying, don't give up. It is, I'm just speaking from experience, because since COVID, it has not been easy, but, you make it work, and there is light at the other side. I'm so thankful. Like I said, I'm just at a different place right now in my life. Just very thankful, very appreciative. But to my brothers and sisters out there that are cardboard warriors that are, dealing with the same old BS, just a different beautiful city. It's like, take care of yourself. The job will get done. And, just there's always help. There's always an ear. We're all here to vent to each other. Join the Discord group.
Hell yeah, dude.
Pictures are welcome. Pictures are welcome.
Well said.
Hell yeah.
But
it's so true though, dude. And I think, and that honestly, and to go back, when we were talking before we came on about with podcasting again and coming back from the hiatus we had and everything, and honestly, I think the most favorite thing that I can ever take away from this is something I swear I would keep with me for the rest of my life, because and Brad Mosier, I've mentioned this quote so many times on the podcast about how UPS is like the military of the corporate world, because it is like you see, like we were just talking before we went on about how we're in the same football conference, but we live 2,000 miles away from each other. But it's like you get to see different, like. But the thing is like, no matter what walk of life or what area you're from, I feel like once you like when you. Especially with the mental health thing, like there's stuff that's universal but just like as drivers, I feel like it's such a, and I was going to say a fraternity, but it's also, I don't know if a fraternity and a sorority. I'm not going to leave out my female drivers out there. I don't know how you mix that. I don't know if there is a mixed version of that, but it's just.
I think they call that or I better not say it. Never mind.
Oh shit! I have no idea, and I ain't gonna fucking ask. But no, I was just like, just being from from different areas of the country or even different continents, other people that we've had on, and just but that will be the thing that I just to hear the story, to hear somebody tell it through their eyes, and it's just it's crazy to me, just the network that we've built and the people that we've got to encounter. You being right at the top of that, and I mean that's man. It's just to go back on the mental health thing. It was very well said, and man. I don't know. I got a little sentimental there. I had to. I got to bring this up because I've been sentimental because one of my last of my original dogs passed away on the road and I found out literally yesterday, and dude, it's been I swear I've had like I don't know, man. I think just because you get into such a routine of seeing these, like I have a very dog friendly route, and it just makes me like driving up. I somehow, it was almost fate how it happened, because I saw his owner at this pharmacy that I delivered to, and she actually had told me that he was in pretty bad shape, and they ended up putting him down, but he'd been pretty rough for a while. But if I'd have went up there and not saw him, I wouldn't. I'm glad I knew, because I would have just probably assumed. But yeah, it was. But no, just that explained. That's my son. But I wear my heart on my sleeve anyway. I can't make
Absolutely.
Tebow.
Fuck
but,
yeah.
Yeah, dude. That's just who I am. But yeah,
Absolutely.
Man, I don't know. I could ramble on plenty. You got anything, Dave?
No, I mean, I was going to say, I think we could end on that note, just staying positive about it. And like you said too, Fernando, it is important to have that routine when we get out there on the road, and just trying to figure out, okay, this many stops, let's take a break, let's rest up quick, let's rehydrate, let's get that going, and the whole mental health side too. That it's. I mean, we've talked about it before on one of our many episodes that we've done. It's real. Like it is. And like you said, why does it have to be so difficult to?
I think the other thing too, when you were saying it about the people that, I think that is a frustrating part too. Do you say like the people that abuse that because then
they
you
fuck it up
think
for everyone.
Yeah, exactly. Because then you're like, why is this so fucking hard for like me to do this when I know that, like Joe Blow just does this on a whim because they feel like it. And it just seems like it's like clap their hands and bam, they're done. You know what I mean? It does, dude. I totally, they do. They do fuck it up for everybody.
But yeah, no, it shouldn't be this difficult to speak up or to just talk about how you're feeling, what you're going through.
Right.
And I hope that everyone knows that, know me or not, I'm nobody to judge. I'm always one. I have 2 ears. God gave me 2 ears, so I'm here to listen, here to just share any wisdom that I have. And again, I'm not perfect. I don't think anybody is, but I think what you have to say, Dave, what you have to say, Luke, what my daughter, what my wife, my son, my coworkers, our brothers and sisters, whoever around me, bits and pieces of what everyone is saying will fit that puzzle piece and make it a beautiful picture at the end of things. So it's like, no, but you don't have to necessarily listen to one person, but it's okay to speak and get opinions.
Of course.
And understand that you're not going to always agree with that person. So don't go talk to them next time. You learn, you evolve, but no matter what, you continue to grow, you continue to be moving forward. And, but yeah, man, I guess that's what being a dad and fucking being at UPS after 23 years almost. That's what this place has done to me, and I'm thankful for it. I'm thankful for you guys to have met the discourse, and just thankful for it all, man. It's a blessing.
So you started at 18 then?
Yes, sir.
You've been there, damn. So I was 22 when I started. I don't think I would have made it at 18. I barely made it at 22, man.
Homeless nomad, right?
Oh, dude, I could not, like, at 18. I don't know. I guess if I'd have been working, it would have been different. I'll just say I had to sneak into a football game when I was on the fucking team. When I was on the team when I was 18 years old, dude, there's no way I would have fucking worked for UPS. Would have fired me within 2 weeks, dude. Yeah. Yeah, you want to hear one? You want to hear one? I'll give you this one. So when I was redshirted, so I didn't actually play that year. I just was, I was on the team, but being redshirted as a true freshman, you sit out for 1 year, and you don't lose a year of eligibility. So I had a lot of friends that were still, so like the college that I was at, was the local I lived 10 minutes away from it. And, so people that I was in high school with that were like seniors, but it wasn't like just even there, it was their brothers, like their people, older brothers and people that would gather. It was like a homecoming thing. But they had a fucking party that I went to. And a couple of us nobody from the team, just people I went to school with that went to WVU. I went to Fairmont State University, which is down the road. It's about 20 miles from West Virginia. And so needless to say, I got obliterated. got annihilated, blacked out. I didn't drive home. The guy that I went with took me to my house. So I still lived at home, mind you. We had a game at noon. I wake up and it's like fucking 10 something. I don't know. My dad just must have said, I don't know what the hell he's doing here. He's living with this one because it probably smelled like a brewery in that room. But I literally went to, it was almost 11, and our special teams players and shit were going out to warm up, and I was sneaking by, like hiding behind cars and shit, and somehow didn't get caught because I was redshirted. Like I wasn't like we had 100 guys on our roster, so it wasn't like I blend. You know what I mean? They weren't expecting, like I wasn't playing, so they weren't like looking for me. They weren't sitting there going, "Hey, where the fuck's Luke at? He's not here." So, but had I not made it, like once we started warming up, my position coach on the defense probably would have figured something out because it'd been like, "Hey, where the fuck is this guy?" But I had to sneak by them, and
Hey, where's the trainer at?
I somehow got. I remember I walked in and I sat down. I was like, "Did you guys even notice I wasn't here?" And they were like, "No, I think you're good." And so yeah, I made it. But yeah, that version of me, no way. UPS would have fired me. I'd have been out of there. I wouldn't have made my 30 days. There's no way.
Jeez.
So.
Yeah, dude. It's time flies. We grow up
It's
quick.
a different time.
And,
different time.
Yeah, no doubt. And now look at us. We're 3 dads, and just before we wrap up, just want to say real quick, I'm happy for you both. I'm proud of you both, and honored to be your guys' friend. And just you guys are good, solid people, good, solid dudes. Proud to call you bro.
Thank
you, guys.
You're a good man, brother. And
Thank you.
Couldn't say good things about you all day. You're a good man. And I one of these days, dude, my aunt still lives in Tucson. Don't rule it out. You might be. We can do the video where we can run into. You can jump into my arms, dude.
Amazing.
Damn right. I'm there. Let's do it.
Word. So, guys, thank you all for listening. Listen, also, real quick, before we get off, happy Father's Day to everybody. As you guys are listening this Monday, obviously, or sometime, whatever you're listening, Father's Day would be technically for us as we're recording tomorrow. So, happy Father's Day to you guys. Fernando, thank you, buddy, for making time to come in and do this again. It's been way too long. Guys, also, like Fernando mentioned as well, the Discord, huh? If you want to come hang out with everybody, come, vent, whatever it is, we got it there. So you can find the Discord in the link. You can find the link for the Discord in the description of this episode. So just click it, create a free profile, come join the chat, come hang out with everybody. We have a good time for the most part, so thank you again, everybody. Thank you, Fernando, for joining us. Luke.
Thank you.
Thank you, buddy.
Absolutely,
I'm Dave.
brother.
Guys, hey, happy Father's Day to all you dads out there.
Happy Father's Day.
And we'll see you all next week.
Later, everybody.